The greatest thing about Wonder Woman is how good and kind and loving she is, and yet none of that negates any of her power. That's Patty Jenkins, the director of the Wonder Woman movie. So, I wanted to do a quick video today. So, hello everyone. I went to go see Wonder Woman this weekend. Yesterday, actually, with my boyfriend, and I have been waiting for a Wonder Woman movie since Joel Schumacher put nipples on the Batsuit. Um, that was kind of the point where I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of done with Batsy right now, and I need some more Wonder Woman in my life because that was not a good movie. I'm also in my living room, so I think it's a little bit more echoey in here. But it was. I could sit here and gush about how amazing the Wonder Woman movie was, and I'm going to try really, really hard not to do that. But I am going to tell you why it was the greatest superhero movie ever made. And people disagree with me, and that's fine. There are people who say the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were better than this movie, though, and to be fair, the Guardians of the Galaxy movies were great. They were great, they were funny, they were witty, they were very charming, but they didn't. Diana Prince is human compassion in the form of an Amazon. She is just the most wonderful character. She is beautiful, and it's more than just fighting. And a little bit of a spoiler, the end scene, the end fight, isn't just she's stronger, or that she's faster, or that she's more knowledgeable. It's that she has the hope and the needs and the compassion of all of humanity as what she's fighting for. She's not just fighting for herself. She's not just fighting for New York. She's fighting for the entire world. They did move. The original Wonder Woman was made um, in the 40s. So, you know, with World War II and everything that was going on, she was made in a response to the war effort. A lot of these superheroes were Captain America, Wonder Woman, um, quite a few others that came out in the 40s that were made directly in response to either America not being involved in World War II, like Captain America, or as a result of America becoming involved with World War II. And they did move it out of World War II into World War One, which I think they did for two reasons. I think the first reason is kind of like the obvious reason, and that's World War One was the end of what a lot of people called civilized warfare. There was more bombs, there was more chemical weaponry being built and developed, tanks were being developed, long range airplanes. I think World War II was the first war in any capacity that planes were used extensively. And if you read the Lord of the Rings, Tolkien fought in World War One, and he ended up with very severe PTSD from it. And so when he wrote Lord of the Rings, Saruman kind of represented the new way of war, in a sense. And I'm going off on a little bit of a tangent there, but that's kind of important to know, like as far as the history of World War One. And also, I think it's a little bit because of what's going on with Marvel Universe now, the comic universe, with Captain America being a Hydra agent. And you would think that that's not important to another company's image, but at the same time, there's so many people who are so angry about the current what is what is Captain America's I'm blanking, it's Captain America. I just talked about this with a friend, but it's his new series, his new reboot where they turned him into a Hydra agent. And kitty tail. That's my kitty Leanna. But they turned him into a Hydra agent, and Hydra has always been a Nazi organization, and they're trying to retcon it, so it's a mess. But I do like the change to World War One. It makes a lot of sense. You see your tail. I got your tail. I can do this. I can just do this. I got your tail. Oh, she don't care. She don't care. Butt down. Um, but yeah. Um, so that was a change that I didn't think I would like, but it turned out to be the best change for the movie. Um, Other than that, like every single scene was so good, and I've read some of the reviews. I stayed away from them for a really long time. I stayed away from the reviews, and we're shaking because Liana is shaking the table. There, stay here, stay here, or don't, whatever. Um, and there was a lot of weird criticism. Like one of them was that Diana is being led around. That um, Steve Trevor is leading her where he wants to go, and it's like I never got that in the film. I very much got I'm going to London. I'm going to stop this German doctor. I am going to do this. And it was very much, you can come along and show me where you can go, or I'm going to go and figure it out on my own. And so Steve Trevor just went along to, I don't know, help. I mean, I guess he was helpful. He definitely wasn't any kind of leader. It was definitely 100% Diana leading everything. Um, there's a fight scene about the middle of the movie. It's the No Man's Land fight scene. And this, hmm, it was the best scene, and it was almost cut from the film. So think about that watching it. We're going to see it again. I definitely want to go see the movie again. Um, I usually hate going to especially superhero movies uh, over opening weekend, but I've been so excited for this movie for so long that I'm just like, we have to deal. We have to deal. It did stay very true to source material. The thing about comic book movies is that it's been rebooted so many times that what source material are you talking about? Are you talking, if you're talking DC, are you talking New 52? Are you talking, Golden Age, Silver Age? I mean, same thing with Marvel. Are you talking Golden Age, Silver Age? Are you talking 80s, 90s? You know, um, but no, it stayed true to a lot of the source material. You could definitely see where they lifted scenes from. There's a really great scene that's from New 52. Um, it's such a cute little scene, and there train station, I think, and they're walking by, and Diana tastes ice cream for the first time, and she looks at the ice cream company, and she's like, "You should be so proud," and it's such a cute little scene. There's another really cute scene, and they're walking again through London, and Diana's being, "I'm an Amazon woman, and I am walking with power," and that's one thing. Diana always walked with power, and I'll get into all that in a minute. And a baby starts crying, and she immediately switches, and she's like, "Oh, a baby!" And Trevor's like, "No, she's not made out of clay. Come on, let's go." And it was a really, really cute scene. Um, and one thing that I love, and this is why I think we need more female directors in the superhero genre. There was no male gaze when it came to Diana and the Amazon warriors. There was no, cameras lovingly stroking thighs and narrowing in on boobs, and it was when there was a fight scene, it was a fight scene, and it was choreographed like a fight scene. It wasn't strategic movements to show off tits and boobs. Or yeah, tits and boobs, tits and butts, same thing. Whatever. Um, it wasn't, you know, that kind of male gazy camera work that I've always hated about superhero movies, and at no point was Diana ever not powerful. Like, even in her softer moments, even in her grief, she was still powerful. And that was the same for all the Amazons. And the Amazons were amazing. Another thing, they let Gadot jiggle. And when she would jump and she would land, her thigh would jiggle. And she would move her arm, and everybody jiggles. It's just the way the human body is. You could be as beautifully sculpted as Gal Gadot, and you're still going to jiggle. It's just the uh, way the human body moves. Um, and it wasn't focused on her breasts. It wasn't. It was her arms and it was her legs, and she was allowed to look ugly when she fought, and she was able to be angry, righteously angry. And again, if you Patty Jenkins has only directed one film before this. She directed Monster, starring Charlize Theron, about Eileen Wuornos. I think that was her name, the serial killer who killed a bunch of Johns down in Florida, I think. And that won an Oscar, at least one Oscar. So, she's also been trying to make this movie since Elektra came out. So, like, 12 or 13 years she's been trying to make Wonder Woman. I don't think if a male director made this film, we would have gotten the same film. Um, it was, there's not one scene that I would change. And one thing that I saw that really bothered me is there was a huge complaint about the fight scenes and the overuse of slow mo. And there's a lot of slow motion, but this is the first superhero movie that I've gone to, and this is a purely personal thing. This is the first superhero movie that I went to that I didn't have a dizzying headache coming out of. Every other movie, I think, relies way too much on shaky cam, and just it's I have no idea what's going on in half of the fight scenes. It's too chaotic. It's too Parts of it are too fast. My brain doesn't. My eyes see and my brain tries to catch up, and it's not working. And I don't know if I'm the only person who has this problem, and I think a big problem is shaky cam. I hate shaky cam. I hate found footage it's nausea the film anytime I see a movie like that. Um so yeah, like I can understand like it can be annoying, but at least it's not the church scene from Kingsman, which I still can't watch. I couldn't watch it in theaters. I had to look away. It was making me so nauseous. And I can't even watch it at home. Like the rest of the film is great. Can't watch that movie at home. Can't watch that scene. Um, the dialogue was really good. The It was beautifully shot. Everything was it was correctly colored, unlike Batman vs Superman where everything was slightly yellow. And that's just a thing with Zack Snyder and why I'm glad he didn't direct this film either, because he like picks a color palette for these movies and puts that color on top of everything. So even when it's supposed to be a more serious scene, there's not a whole lot of variant in the template. If you get what I'm saying. That was my biggest criticism of Batman versus Superman. Um, the whole thing was ugly and yellow and slightly off center. Um, but yeah, it was brilliantly made, and this is quick video. Quick video. I'm at 17:30, so I'm gonna let everybody go and recommend you go see this movie. It was a great movie. Um, yeah, it was definitely fantastic. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it, what you think about it, what you think about Wonder Woman, who your favorite Marvel character is, who your favorite DC character is, what your favorite comic book movie is. I think I said that. But yeah, I will see everybody later. Bye bye.